Hi there, Lindsay here, the Frugal Crafter. Today we're going to take a quick look and update of the Paul Rubens metallic watercolors. I reviewed the set of 24 Paul Rubens metallic watercolors a couple of years ago. They've been my favorite metallic watercolor paint, and I keep this set of 24 in a drawer right next to my desk where I always paint, because if I want metallic watercolors, I know these are reliable. It's a gorgeous assortment of colors, and they just seem to be more sparkly than the other similar priced products on the market. So I've tried the Arteza, I've tried the Artsy, and the Altenew. The Altenew is very similar in quality, however, it's a smaller color range, and these are just a lot sparklier and brighter than the Arteza and the Artsy, which I believe is a superior brand. So when they asked me if I'd like to review the set of 48, I said absolutely, and here is the swatch for those, and I'll show you the actual paint set in just a moment. But as you can see, as I tip this to the light, we've got a lot of sparkle, a lot of opacity on the black paper. So what I did, I actually took the swatch that they sent, and I put black stripes with permanent marker, and then I was noticing, you know, they have all the words printed out, but I cannot read the labels on the pans because they're, I can show you, I'll fish one of these out of the trash here. The pan wrappers are so sparkly, and I cannot make out the printing on top of that sparkly. So I'm like, I'm just going to put strips of black paper over the wording and just swatch like that in the order they are in my palette, so I'll be able to tell what's what. I don't need to know what the names of the colors are, I just need to know what they look like, or what they're going to look like on white as well as black paper. They stood up really well on the black watercolor paper, also on the white watercolor paper with a black Sharpie underneath, and on the white watercolor paper. A lot of times with metallic paints, and this is the qualms that I have with some of those other brands I mentioned, is that you swatch them on white paper, you'll see the color, you swatch them on black paper, you just see sparkle, but you don't see any of the color. But they actually they must have like a coated mica, because you do see the pearly colors on the black, and I think that's really nice. There's also glittery colors, which actually give you that reflective kind of shimmer. I think those are called flame colors in their line, so if you see a color saying flame on it, it usually means it's a glitter. And I love how this is almost like your Wink Stella glittery pen, just in like a pearl that you could go over anything. Now your color will look differently depending on if you're putting them over white watercolor paper, black watercolor paper, or on top of another color. And a lot of these colors actually have a base pearl, like this one is kind of a copper, but then it's got a little bit of a green reflecting if you tip it, which would be pretty, like if you're doing some patina, maybe some rusty old gears, you're painting something like that, I think that would be a really pretty color to add in. Generally, your metallic watercolors are going to be more useful in art journals or greeting cards, something where you're not going to be behind glass, so you can really capture that reflective look. It's really pretty on embossed cardstock if you're card making, just to kind of brush a thin coating on that. And it's a very convenient way to get the color versus using like a shimmer spray or an acrylic paint. It's just, you just spritz your palette with water, let it sit 5 minutes, and then you can add that color on top of any of your paper crafts, and it holds really well. So it's just kind of a nice special effect thing to have. And as you can see, this is a 24 set swatched on black, just to give you an idea of the color range. You only have a couple reds in the 24 set. You've got a lot, they really expanded the red collection on the 48 set. You've got quite a few yellows and greens on the 24 set. You do have more in the 48 set, but I think they really expanded the reds. They expanded everything, but definitely the reds the most. All the colors in the 24 set appear to be in the 48 set, and then you just get a few additional colors. There are 3 kind of pewtery silver colors that are a little similar. It's probably a color you would use quite a bit, especially if you like that kind of distressed industrial, like steampunky look. But overall, I mean, those 3 colors are similar. One is more like shimmery, one is more of like a brighter silver, one is more of a duller, less reflective silver. I really like their glittery colors. So for me, those are the ones that really are the thing that makes a Paul Rubens Metallics a little bit more unique. This color especially, this kind of like a glitter pearl color, is not in the 24 set. They've got like just a plain pearl, and they've got this yellow here that on white, it does look kind of similar to that, just smaller, like a more finely milled mica. It's that color right there. I think that's really wonderful. I'm not sure if Paul Rubens offers their metallic colors individually. They may in other markets. I don't think they do in the American market currently, but it might be something to think about if you like maybe just want a couple colors. That color is just really outstanding in the 48 set. So I'm just going to leave this here for a second so you can take a look at it, and then we will look at how the watercolor pan sets look and how they differ. I think this is a great assortment, but if I was just going to start from nothing, I might consider getting the 48 set just so I have that variety of colors. I have compared these to the other similarly priced watercolors, and they're not, I find the other ones not to be quite as sparkly. So the Arteza and Artsy, they're around $40. This is around $50, so it is a little bit more expensive, but I feel the color payout that you get and the opacity and the brilliance on white and black are worth that extra $10. Because you're going to use it all up, it's going to be more versatile. I'm not sure what this set's going for right now. Prices fluctuate on Amazon, so just check and you know, keep your eye out if you're interested in them. Whenever I'm interested in a product, I tend to look at the price and then keep a mental note of how much it is. That way, I'll know if it goes on sale, or I'll know kind of. I don't know. I like to kind of track things over a month or two and then buy when I see a good price if I'm still interested in it. So this is what the 24 set looks like. You've probably seen me use it in videos, and I do have a review on these. It's got the middle tray that pops out. It's got the, Paul Rubens pink tin that we all have seen before. Also comes in a box wrapped in a cloth. And this is the 48 set. Again, the same similar presentation. It's got the shimmery cardboard box, kind of like a heavy-duty chipboard. These are great for keeping and using as drawer dividers if you don't want to keep your palette in it, but it will keep your palettes from getting scratched if you stack them on a shelf. And we've got our cloth and then the lovely palette, also in the pastel pink. All the Paul Rubens sets come with a swatch of their regular colors. They do have quite a variety. I think the set of 48 is the largest set they offer on for the American market on Amazon, but they do have several tube sets. I have the floral tube set, and then I've got the pink tube set that comes in the big palette. And actually, I think their tubes are better quality than the pans for regular watercolors, but you really can't complain for the price. I think they're a great value. And again, you've got the set that lifts out. I recommend with any metallic watercolors spraying them or putting a drop of water on them about 5 minutes before you go to use them, so they'll be thick, creamy, and ready to go. And yeah, these are every bit as good as a 24 set with an expansion of colors that don't seem very samey. Great variety. If you need that many colors, if you think that would enhance your creativity and your crafting and your arting, then yeah, I recommend them. So there you have it, the brand new set of 48 Paul Rubens metallic watercolors. I hope you enjoyed this this kind of update. I will link to the review of the 24 set in case you want a little more information about the paints themselves. And I'll also link to my watercolor showdown that compares all of the different metallic watercolors that I've tried. Thank you so much for watching. Please give me a thumbs up before you go. And until next time, happy crafting.